weapons on the weapon banner. So, for the 2.8 banner, should you wish on the weapon banner? No. Alright, now that we have the general knowledge out the way, now let's actually talk about what's going to be on the weapon banner. You decide whether you want it or not. So no surprise, since our boy Kazuha is returning, Freedom Sworn is also going to be on the banner. Freedom Sworn is an amazing weapon. It can work on quite a lot of selection of characters. So who does Freedom Sworn work for, and why should you get it? Well, Freedom Sworn is obviously going to work on our boy Kazuha, and it's going to be his best in slot weapon. But do you need it? No, you don't need it. But I still want it because I want Kazuha really badly, and I want to complete his kit. So I will wish for Freedom Sworn. But do you need it? No. Who else will Freedom Sworn work on if you already have Kazuha, and maybe you don't want Kazuha for some stupid reason? Yes, I called you stupid for doing that. It could work on Albedo, but the EM will be wasted. It can work on Jean if you want to put it on her support build, but sometimes you may want to use Favonia's sword or some other weapon, since Jean won't provide the most particles sometimes. But yes, Freedom Sworn will still work on Jean if you want to use it on her. It could possibly work on Bennett just for some of the buffs here, but I wouldn't recommend using it on him since we want to prioritize base attack on him. Another character is you're probably never going to see it on. For future characters, we don't know, but those are the characters that are going to be working on. The next weapon that's going to be returning is Lost Prayers, so let's go take a look at the Catalyst characters. Who does Lost Prayers work on in case you lose that stupid 50-50? Now, unfortunately, there isn't a ton of characters that can utilize Lost Players since it's mostly a DPS weapon, but if you happen to have Klee, yes, you can use Lost Prayers on her. The only issue is that Klee is insanely power crept, so yeah. But if you still have a Klee and she has a 4-star weapon and you just want to complete the set for some reason, then Lost Prayers can work on her. Lost Prayers can also work on Yai Miko, but preferably you might as well just use Winsith. It's just way better of a weapon. But if you don't have a Winsith for some reason, or you have an R1 Winsith, then, or something other R3 at least, I guess, I think you can argue that you can use Lost Prayers. Kokomi is a support. Yanfei, you can use it on her. Honestly, Yanfei is coming back up, not really in the meta, but in terms of popularity, because a lot of people are just using her. A lot of people are using her because she's getting her recognition that she needs. So you could use her as long as you got a couple of constellations on her, and Lost Prayers will be one of her best weapons, so you could use it on her as well. Mona is generally a support character. I wouldn't recommend using Lost Prayers on her, but if you want to, you can. And the last characters, you can decide who you want it for, but generally you will not use it. So now that we talked about the 5-star weapons, let's talk about the 4-stars. Because we all know you're going to pick up a bunch of these 4-stars while you're wishing for these 5-stars. Although the 5-stars here, Freedom Sworn is probably your best option. So, honestly, whatever. So, the first 4-star will be Ali Flash, if I can find it. Oh, Ali Hunter, my fault. Ali Flash is going to be here too as well, but Ali Hunter is going to be here. I don't think I can check the weapon description here, but I do have the weapon, so I'll just go check it out. Ali Hunter is a decent bow. It's actually very good if you don't have stringless, or you happen to have possibly a stringless on your Venti and you don't have any other weapon used on official. Ali Hunter is going to be just as good. It can work off field and it provides a damage boost instead of a flat attack boost or an elemental damage boost, so it's going to increase your total damage by quite a lot, by 20%, and if you get to that higher refinements, you can of course expect a lot more damage increase. So honestly, Ali Hunter is a pretty good bow. The amount of characters you can use it on is not as much, to be honest with you. As you can see, mine is still level 70. But it's still a pretty good weapon if you level it up, and it will work very well in official if you don't have any other weapon for her. Next up is going to be Ali Hunter. Oh my gosh, I keep getting it mixed up. Ali Flash. Ali Flash is the sword that can work perfectly on Bennett for base attack if you don't have anything else. It has the highest base attack for a 4-star weapon in the game at about 620, I believe. I don't have it on my account. Its passive is pretty bad. It has an EM stat, so it may not be as strong, but the base attack is insanely good for Bennett. So I would, if you don't have a high base attack weapon for Bennett, as in a 5-star weapon, even I forgot what it's called, but it's the ER 5-star weapon that's still in the game forever. Honestly, that would still be better, even though it has a lower base attack than Ali Flash, but it will provide the ER substat, which is pretty valuable than the EM stat there. But if you don't have any other weapon that with a higher base attack, then I would say most likely 520, because that's what the prototype rank core gives, or 565, I don't remember. But if you don't have anything higher than that, then LA Flash is pretty good. Next up is PainSlasher. I don't need to talk about that weapon. It's going to be there. It's pretty bad. And PainSlasher will be there. Very bad. So, next up will be Sacrificial Fragments. Sacrificial Fragments is going to be making a return, and we all know this is best in slot for Sucrose. So if you don't have a R5 Sacrificial Fragments for Sucrose, go ahead and pick it up, because Sacrificial Fragments is definitely her best in slot weapon. So go ahead and pick it up. It's amazing. It's an awesome weapon. Sac weapons are always very good. You should always pick it up. Alright, next up will be Wavebreakers Fin. Wavebreakers Fin is generally a good weapon. It is a very good weapon. It has low stats, has a low attack percentage, because it's based on burst damage. So if you're trying to focus on both skill damage and burst damage, it won't work. But this can work on a great selection of characters like Rosaria, possibly Raiden, but I want to recommend using it. I don't have a lot of Poem characters, but it's generally going to be focused on burst damage. It can even work on Xiangling if you really wanted to. It's going to be based off of your total burst cost for your team, so it may not be the best sometimes, but it's generally still a good weapon. I wouldn't recommend focusing on it, because there's just so many good polearms in this game. For like, the catch exists, and if you're not going through Abyss, or if you're only focusing on one team right now, I would just recommend the catch over it, but it's still a generally good weapon. So those are going to be the weapons on the 2.8 first banner. Should you wish on it? No. If you still don't care, maybe you're a little bit in the end game like I am and you still want to wish, will it be good for your account? Well, the Lost Prayers, probably not. But the Freedom Sworn definitely is going to be a good pickup. There is a couple of good 4-stars here. Like for me, I don't have the Ali Flash, and I want a bit more refinements on the Wavebreaker Fin. Other than that, I don't think I need anything else, but it's going to be pretty decent wish. Hopefully I get Freedom Sworn early. So good luck on your polls, guys. Hopefully that is enough for you.